Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog. So let's get to it. All right, you guys, we got a lot of topics on today. Okay, first topic up, Trick Daddy versus the Beehive, you guys. So evidently Trick Daddy was on his Clubhouse, all right? And he had some sort of music panel up. They were talking about music, and somehow, some way, he let his old Trick Daddy mouth. Y'all just go back and watch some episodes of Love and Hip Hop Miami. You know what I mean when I say Trick Daddy mouth. He let his mouth utter the words that Beyonce can't sing. And regardless of if that's how you feel, the way that Beyonce's internet work these days is when that kind of shit is said, you is going to pay for it. All right. And of course that leaked out from his Clubhouse community to the general mass. And honey, when the Beehive got a hold of that, y'all already knew that shit was gonna be over. Not only did he say that 28 Grammy award winning Beyonce couldn't sing, that she didn't write, and he even said that had some shady shit to say about Jay-Z, that he's not the greatest rapper alive, and he basically said Beyonce is to R&B what Jay-Z is to hip hop, but he said it in a negative way. So of course that got leaked out, and honey, the Beehive got together. They don't even have to get together anymore at this point. The minute you say something about their fearless leader, then they are about to attack. It is never a smart thing for people, regardless of if that's how you feel. It is just not smart because the Hive is crazy. They are stands beyond no other. All right, and they will make your life pretty miserable. The Beehive, the Barbs, the Beebs, the Navy, even though Rihanna's Navy is not as crazy and whipped up as the rest, even Little Kim's stands, them some motherfuckers from back in the day, they still feel very strongly about Little Kim. What do they call them? Do they call them the Bees as well? I don't know if it's the Beehive, but they call them the Bees, I believe. They don't play that shit. So of course, they were all over Trick Daddy. They was all over all his social media. They was putting the bumblebees in his comments, took over his comments, even went on to his Yelp for his restaurant. He has a restaurant in Miami. Remember, the name of the restaurant is Sunday Eatery. They went on there and left all kind of disparaging reviews and brought his rating down very, very low. Left reviews along the lines of, ooh, the food was so nasty, I couldn't believe I was eating such filth. The lemonade, however, was excellent. I was like, boy, people are shady as shit. So, they went on there, they attacked his business. Trick Daddy doubled down the next day on his radio show, even though he probably softened it up a little bit, but he still maintained that it is his unpopular opinion that Beyonce couldn't sing, Jay-Z was not the best rapper, and that's just what he feels. All right. It's too bad that people don't, they can't agree to disagree, but that's just what it is. So he didn't back up off of that, and neither did the Beehive, honey. They've been all over him. It's been so bad that on Yelp, they ended up having to freeze his account, keep comments from being able to put on there, because now they're saying that, because of unusual high activity on the page, and that, they weren't sure that they could rely on the comments that were being left. So they froze it up and stopped it altogether. They're going to do an investigation. All of those comments will probably be removed. He'll probably get his, whatever his rating was before all of this happened back. But yeah, just to let you know that when you offend like a great amount, and I know some people will be like, that don't make no damn sense. People can't even say how they feel and all that. Yes, I get all of that. All right. It's not great when people are able to affect your livelihood in that way, when it's just something that's just your opinion. You ain't really doing nothing, because you ain't hurting Beyonce and Jay-Z in no way. Didn't you just drop another Ivy Park, release? Her grind is still going. They billionaires. All right. So he ain't done nothing to Beyonce, but And there was a time when you could say opinions and that's just what it was, just a fucking opinion and nobody cared. But today is just a different day. And I know people get mad and say it ain't right and you should be able, yes, you should be able to do a lot of things. That's not the point though. The point is don't do it if you don't want to be attacked. Okay? If you want that kind of attention, then, and I get, you know, Trick Daddy said that, you know, it was still good for his business. You know, he's still out there, but I was just like, oh, I mean, I guess, but who wants all that fucking stress in their life of people just always in your comments saying some old outlandish shit? And you know, them stands can take it way further. They can dig all into your life, make your family's life miserable, all of that. That's why Trina was like, oh no, you're not fixing to get me caught up in this shit, honey. Trina hurried up and put, you know, forever and always the queen, okay, put a video of her and Jay-Z walking out, you know, when they were in concert together, like, don't heat me up with that shit. All right, that's you that said that shit. Trina was like, we just work together. That don't mean that I feel the way that he does. So yeah, it's too bad, but and it's gonna die down. It'll go away like everything else, but just a lesson. What do you guys think? Did it irritate you that he said that about Beyonce? Did it irritate you that everybody came after him because he was just stating his unpopular opinion? You guys let me know. All right, you guys, next story. You know, we got to give you a story on this black girl magic. Shit that's happening, will be happening in Tokyo in July. And I'm talking about all of the black girls that are going to the Olympics. It is so inspirational to see these black girls doing it. And I'm going to give you the names of the ones that we all need to make sure that we look out for. First, we got Aja Wilson. She plays for the WNBA in Las Vegas. And she is going to be representing the U.S. in the women's basketball team. Next, we got our girl Simone Biles. We all know who Simone Biles is, the extra dynamic gymnast who has wowed us in years past. She will be returning to the Olympics, okay, and is expected to sweep, you know, because I'm telling you, as long as that girl stays healthy, it's just amazing the things that she can do. We got Naya Tapper, and she is going to be representing the U.S. in rugby. We got Crystal Dunn, who's representing the United States in the women's soccer team. We have Simone Manuel, and she was the first black female swimmer to win an Olympic gold medal for the U.S. in the 100-meter freestyle. That was back in 2016. She will be returning. We have Allison Felix, and she is already a 4-time Olympian at 35 years old. Now, you know that's some... Come on! She's on the track and field team. Somebody else on track and field team is Delilah Muhammad. We have Kendra Harrison, and she's a hurdler, also on the track and field team. We have Ashley Johnson. She is on the water polo team. Vashti Cunningham. She's also on the track and field team. And we definitely cannot forget our girl Sha'Carri Richardson, who is now the fastest woman in America. She's a 21-year-old sprinter. We saw her break the record the other day when she was at the Olympic trials, as her orange hair flowed behind her, as her long eyelashes and her long nails, I mean, reminiscent of our girl FloJo from back in the day. You guys had to have been around when FloJo was at her height. Everybody loved FloJo, and it was very much for the same reasons, just very much in your face, but a beautiful woman that wasn't afraid to still have all of her extras. But when she got the hell on that field, honey, she let you know that she was just not something cute to look at, okay? That sis was there to run. And now we got Sha'Carri some years later, as FloJo has passed on. I'm sure she's looking from heaven above and watching this girl, who had to have been inspired by her in some kind of way, break the record. And Sha'Carri has a special story because just a week before she was able to qualify for the Olympics, her mother had just died. All right. And she said that her family means a lot to her. So, of course, that has affected her. But as an elite athlete who, you know, has always probably had to learn how to compartmentalize so that they can stay focused, and also because she probably wants to honor her mother in the best way that she can, you know, when she gets down there on that track, she said, she's always going to be that girl that does what has to be done to make this shit happen. Okay. And when she was running and she pointed at that time, and she was just like, yes, that's me. I'm telling you guys, fist pump of righteousness. Nothing like this black girl magic. Not saying that women of other colors can't do the things, but when we talking about track and field, baby, we got that one. We got that one on lock, okay? If we talking about, you know, short sprints and fast and all of that, we got that, okay? We ain't trying to do all that long distance shit. We ain't marathon runners and everything, but if we trying to get that fast, honey, we your girls. So yeah, you guys, it's just really great. And I'm sure there are more black women that are out there that are going to be representing as well. Those are the ones that I just was able to find on the internet. And you know, it's just, like I said, an inspiration. I think it's important for young black girls especially to see these things so that they know that they can also do that, something to strive for. You know, besides seeing some bullshit that's just on social media, this is also something for our young girls to want to be. And I'm so very proud of all of the girls that will be at the Olympics. The Olympics start in July and they will be in Tokyo, and there's a bunch of restrictions and all. We're gonna talk about that as it gets closer, but yeah, ain't nothing like a little bit of black girl magic. Y'all ain't gonna get enough of us, now are you? All right, you guys, next story up. So T-Pain was on a Netflix show. It's going to be released soon, and it's called This Is Pop. In a clip that they released, he's talking about some experiences that happened to him in the music business. He said that he always considered Usher a friend, you know, and that he always respected Usher. And one time Usher was just like, let me talk to you for a second. And he was just like, oh, okay, you know, thinking that, okay, well, you know, this is my boy, he just wants to talk to me. And Usher was just like, yeah, you kind of fucked up music, okay, with that auto-tune. And he was just like, yeah, I thought that Usher was playing. You know, I kind of laughed, but then it was kind of like a nervous giggle laugh when he realized that Usher wasn't really laughing. And he said Usher like reiterated like, yeah, you fucked up music for like real music singers, all right, with that auto-tune. And he said that he internalized it because Usher was like big at the time. And he started to feel like, well, damn, did I fuck up music? Like, is it my fault? You know, he said that he used auto-tune, but he wasn't telling everybody else to do auto-tune. The fact that it took off on its own, that was not his fault. And really, if you were going to go back to when auto-tune, okay, we're not talking about like Roger and Zapp or anything like that, but when auto-tune was really prevalent in like a person's singing voice, they say that really the first person to do that was Cher for the song Believe. Do you believe in life after love? I feel the same to come my soul. He gave me that strong enough. Oh, do you believe in life after love? Anyway, so if you're gonna say anybody fucked up the game, it's Cher, okay? But it didn't pick up like after T-Pain did. And the fact that it did is just that was the next wave of music, Usher. Now, Usher hasn't commented on it, but T-Pain said that he did go into a depression after that, you know, and that depression lasted for 4 years until he had to realize that, I mean, that's just what I said, what people was on at the time. I'm wondering if Usher is going to reach out to him. But this is a example of how you don't realize the things that you say to people can really truly affect them. Something that you could say in passing, all right? And it can really affect people's lives. That's why you have to be careful with your words. Words have effects. Okay, and maybe Usher has realized that. We'll see if he comes out and says anything. Maybe he'll just reach out to T-Pain in private. All right, you guys, next story up. So evidently there is a chicken shortage. That's right, you guys. There is a wing shortage. Now, I don't know what the fuck is the problem with the rest of the chicken. I mean, do people not eat other parts of the chicken as much as the wings? Well, maybe they don't. I'll give it that. People definitely, I mean, in Atlanta, honey, the wing is everything. And I ain't even really like wings like that before I moved here because I am a dark chicken girl. Okay, bitch, give me a thigh and a drumstick and I am good. You hear me? Out here, it's all about the wings. So, yeah, Atlanta probably the reason why we ain't got no fucking wings no more. But they're saying that because of COVID, like everything else, all right, the demand was higher. I guess people is eating more fucking wings. They can't keep up with the demand. and now it's driven the prices up. People can't afford it. They said that a case of wings back in the beginning of this year was like $70. Now they're saying it's more than double to $150 for a case of wings. All right, so it's double, but that's everything. The same with the housing market. When you talk, we try to get a fence. We getting a fence put in our backyard, and I have a fairly large backyard. When we originally got quoted for this fence some years ago, it was like $4,500. Now the shit is $9,800. Okay, it has doubled. Wood is expensive. You already hear about the housing problems where they're not building homes because they can't get the supplies. They can't get the shit for the construction. So it's driving now people trying to buy homes that are already standing. So there's a demand for homes, and houses that are getting built. The contractors are pushing people out of their contracts by saying that either they're going to raise the prices like $30,000-$40,000 more dollars, or you're going to have to get out the contract. So it's a mess. So it's not just the chicken industry, it's everywhere. Okay. But because we as black folks like us some chicken, let IKEA tell it. Boy, that IKEA pissed y'all off this week with that Juneteenth menu. They had fried chicken, they had watermelon, they had greens and yams and macaroni and cheese and all that. I mean, they had a soul food menu. Yes, the watermelon part, that's probably something that you can leave off, but otherwise, IKEA probably thought that they was doing something by putting that menu out for y'all black food, black folks for Juneteenth, and honey, the black folks was like, absolutely fucking not. So they didn't went on strike at the damn IKEA out here in Atlanta and everything, and I was just like, I mean, was the Mexicans gonna get mad on Cinco de Mayo? Even though they say that now Cinco de Mayo's been Americanized and, they don't appreciate everybody doing all the Cinco de Mayo antics too. But I mean, if they had Mexican food on Cinco de Mayo, would Mexicans get mad too? It was just like, I mean, the menu sounded like it might have been good. Now, I just say that they could have got rid of the watermelon because the watermelon does have a stigma to it. But I mean, we like fried chicken, but everybody likes fried chicken. I'm just telling y'all now, it ain't no damn chicken out there. Black people ain't the only ones eating this damn chicken. But anyway, now they're just having to regroup and do something different. You guys see that Wingstop is now doing thighs. I'm all the way with it, although I don't like Wingstop. But I might try their thighs to see what they're talking about, okay? Are y'all ready to get on the thigh train? Y'all just gonna wait for these wings to come flapping back eventually. And while we talking about food, you guys, let's talk about Subway and the lawsuit that is on its way to Subway, because they're saying that the tuna that they have been telling us is tuna all this time really isn't tuna. As a matter of fact, it don't have no tuna mixed in it at all. Instead, it is a concoction of a whole bunch of stuff. They haven't even said what the stuff is, but they said it's a concoction of stuff that they blended together and made it look and taste like tuna, but it is no tuna involved in that tuna sandwich. I don't know why people get tuna sandwiches from Subway anyway. I can't get past the scoop, the ice cream scoop of the fucking I don't like when meat is put into a scooper like that and put on the thing. Like, it just seems like that's only supposed to be for ice cream, But, and also the tuna looks bland. Like, don't y'all need some onions and some, some pickles or relish up in your shit? Y'all don't do y'all tuna like that? Like, that tuna just looked like tuna and some mayonnaise. So that ain't never been my jam anyway. But there's a couple in Alhambra, California that's bringing up this lawsuit. Now they're saying that they're going to try to make it into a class action lawsuit. Anybody that's had a tuna sandwich from January 21st, I think, of 2017 on, they can get involved in this class action suit. I said, they gonna put fucking Subway out of business. But some people are saying maybe they should be out of business because they are always misleading the public, and this is not the first lawsuit or even the second, third, fourth, or fifth lawsuit that Subway has been. We've seen them have lawsuits about their bread. Remember, they're saying that the bread really ain't considered bread, that they use all kind of other shit to make this bread. Even, I remember seeing something about some rubber in it or some shit. They've had lawsuits about their chicken not being chicken. It's only 50% chicken. Them little chicken cubes and shit that y'all be seeing. Yeah, that ain't 100%, chick. And they've had numerous other complaints. But, you know, they're basically saying that Subway has lied to the public, made us feel like we are ordering something that is more healthy than other options on the menu. And then it comes out that that shit ain't even what we thought we was buying. As a matter of fact, it might be less healthy than maybe some shit on the menu like pastrami or salami or, you know, meats that are more considered, you know, higher fat and not really the best for you. So that is that problem. But honey, Subway is keeping to the script. Subway has said, and I quote, "Tuna is one of our most popular sandwiches. Our restaurants receive pure tuna, mix it with mayonnaise, and serve on a freshly made sandwich to our guests." And they say that the lawsuit is trying to damage their names. I don't know, but child, I ain't fucking with that tuna anyway. Y'all like tuna? Y'all gonna continue to eat the tuna there at Subway, or you guys gonna, you know, have to move it on to something else? Let me know. All right, you guys, next story up. Let's talk about Britney Spears. It's been a sad situation for Britney Spears for quite some time. Back in 2008, we saw her unraveling right in front of our eyes. Remember, the last straw was when she went into a unknown beauty salon and went up to one of the stations in the salon and got the scissors and cut her hair, or got the razors and shaved her head. Okay, remember, she was doing a lot of crazy things, and it got to the point where she was having a mental meltdown. She's having a breakdown, and she was not able to take care of herself. At that time, her father, he took over conservatorship of her estate, like of her career, everything that she does. He would now, in essence, act as Britney Spears, even though Britney Spears is still acting as herself when it comes to performing at her concerts, generating money, paying her staff, okay? Remember, she had so many issues. She lost custody of her kids. It was a lot going on. So nobody said that back in 2008 that she didn't need some help, all right? Well, I don't think that Britney Spears believed that she was going to be stuck in this conservatorship for, what is that, almost 14 years, 13 years. And she has been trying to get out from under her father's conservatorship since 2014. Okay. The court had appointed an interviewer, investigator into her case, you know, and when they interviewed her, you know, she said back then in 2014 that she didn't want her father to do this. At some point, they were trying to even maybe move it over to her sister, even though the sister was much younger and probably not as well versed in business as, you know, her father was considered to be. At that time in 2014, the interviewer said that they felt like she still needed to keep this conservatorship. I cannot say that word, conservatorship in place. And that was because, you know, that there was still some irrationalities there. They suspected that there was some drug use intermittently, and that she was naive enough that many people could come in and take advantage of her. And she had like a $60 million, she's worth $60 million, her career is. She had a big thing in Vegas. You guys remember, I mean, she was still very, very busy and working in this capacity. I don't think many people realized that all that was going on until around 2015-ish, okay? But the interviewer also said, the investigator also said that they believe that now is the time that they started a path to independence, and that eventually this conservatorship was removed because it's clear that she wants to take back over her life. Well, that is not what happened. She has been basically a slave to her career. She was working. She was doing her residency in Vegas. She didn't want to be under the control of her father. She said it was oppressive. She just felt like she's working and she's doing all this and she's generating all this money and she has no say over nothing. Can you imagine how that must feel? Back in 2019, she went back to the court and she expressed all of this all over again. And of course, the father still wasn't taken off. Now, in this time, the father has been sick. And I don't know, I remember at some point they wasn't even really sure if the father was going to make it. I mean, obviously the father is okay now, but I mean, the father has been through some changes as well, and they never removed him from that conservatorship. But so back in 2019, when they still didn't do it, she was like, I'm not performing anymore, fuck it. Okay, because if I gotta be performing and everybody else is benefiting off of me except for me, all right, then I just won't do it again. There has to be some kind of way that they can come to that this girl can still have control over what she has, maybe still get some help from, you know, whatever is a trusted source. But 13 years, you have no say of anything. What the fuck is your life? What is your quality of life? So fast forward to today, or yesterday, I should say, Wednesday, she ended up going back to the court. She told her lawyer that she wanted to go and she wanted to speak out. And her story has come out since then, and they've have documentaries on Netflix and different things, and people that have just talked about all of the things that Britney has done and how many people have taken advantage of her, including her father. You know, that has just been all bad. So she has decided to go to court and express how she feels. And this time she talked for 20 minutes, and they said that she was talking so passionately and so fast that the judge told her that she had to slow down so the stenographer could get what she was saying. But she said that, yes, she has been telling people that she's fine, you know, and that was only because she was embarrassed, but she's not fine. She said she's mad as hell. All right. And that it's not fair. She said that she has been under this conservatorship all this time. She has not had any control over her life. They wouldn't let her remove a birth control device that had been implanted in her since back in 2009. So they told her that she couldn't have any kids. She wants to get married. They told her that she couldn't get married. She said it was like an act of Congress to just change a dance move in a routine that she was doing when she was performing. She had no say over what she sang, what she did on stage. She said that she was drugged many times against her, will, that she was put in facilities against her will when she didn't feel like it was necessary. She feels like they did so much wrong to her and that the people responsible for this should be in jail. She even said that her mother was dying and that they took all the steps to keep her from her dying mother. She also said that she's not opposed to therapy, that she realizes that she needs therapy, but she also feels that she can be in control of her. Now, that is a lot. Everybody says that her finances are very complex, and I'm sure that they are. But like I said, it seems like something can be done to give this girl back control of her life. I mean, she can't have a baby. She can't get married. What the fuck? It is time finally for something to be done where this girl's quality of life can be given back to her. Okay, she says that she very well can still perform. She can do that. All right, she can get back to it right away, but she be damned if she gonna get her ass up on that fucking stage again while her daddy is over everything. So it's a sad situation though, because I feel like while she may have whatever issues that she has, it feels like this is probably pushing her even more over the edge, so let's try to find some sort of medium, but get all of this money up from under her dad. Have you guys watched the documentary about Free Britney? I haven't watched it, so I don't know. But I've read a lot about, what's going on with her. And it is terrible, the things that they have done to that girl. So y'all let me know about what you think. Okay. Keep your head up, Britney Spears. Hopefully she's free soon enough. Oh,